Have you ever wondered if a woman is interested in you but you simply can't decipher her signals? Imagine you're out for coffee with a woman you've been seeing. She twirls her hair, maintains prolonged eye contact and leans in closer when you speak. What do these signals mean? It's a common predicament, isn't it? You're not alone. Stick around as we break it down. The art of understanding subtle signs is a skill that requires patience, practice and, above all, empathy. In the complex dance of human interaction, especially in the realm of romance, these signals can be as vital as they are elusive. Women often communicate their interest in ways that may seem subtle or even cryptic from a man's perspective. It's not always about the grand gestures, it's the slight change in tone, the lingering glances and the soft touch that speak volumes. Let's take an example. Picture a woman at a cafe. She's talking with a man, maybe they're friends, colleagues, or they've just met. As they talk, she subtly leans in, her eyes bright and attentive, and her laughter a bit too enthusiastic for the ordinary conversation. These are the signs, the silent whispers of interest that often go unnoticed. Or consider another scenario. A woman you've known for a while starts to use a particular tone of voice when she talks to you, a tone she doesn't use with others. It's softer, warmer, and more intimate. It's like a secret language meant only for you. These signs can be easily overlooked if one isn't paying attention or if one doesn't know what to look for. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a noisy room. But once you tune in to the right frequency and learn to read these signs, you'll find a new layer of depth in your interactions. Understanding these signs is not about manipulation or game playing. It's about building a bridge of communication, about respecting the other person's way of expressing interest. It's about being attentive and empathetic, about recognizing and acknowledging the other person's feelings. When you understand these subtle signs, you can properly respond and potentially build a meaningful relationship. You'll be able to navigate the intricate dance of human connection with grace and confidence. So, let's embark on this journey of understanding subtle signs. It's an art, it's a skill, and it's a doorway to deeper, more meaningful connections. So what are these subtle signs that a woman might be interested in you? Well, let's dive right in. One of the most common signs is prolonged eye contact. It's like the old saying goes, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and a woman who's interested may hold your gaze just a tad longer than usual. She's not just looking at you, she's trying to connect with you on a deeper level. Now let's consider the real-life case of Jake and Emily. Jake noticed that Emily would often lock eyes with him, even when they were in a group setting. He felt a certain intensity in her gaze, a silent communication that hinted at something more. And he was right. Emily was interested in him, and her prolonged eye contact was her subtle way of expressing that interest. Another common sign is frequent, seemingly innocent touching. A gentle touch on your arm during a conversation, a playful punch on your shoulder, or a comforting pat on your back. These are not random acts. They are intentional, a way for a woman to establish a physical connection and express interest. Take Sarah and Mark, for instance. Sarah would often find reasons to touch Mark, whether it was to adjust his tie or to brush off a non-existent speck of dust from his jacket. Mark initially thought Sarah was just being friendly, but he soon realized that these were subtle signs of her interest. Engaging in deep conversations is yet another sign. If a woman is making an effort to get to know you beyond the surface level, it could mean she's interested. She wants to understand your thoughts, your dreams, your fears. Consider the case of Lily and Ben. Lily would often steer their chats towards meaningful topics, showing genuine interest in Ben's opinions and experiences. It wasn't long before Ben recognized this as a sign of Lily's interest in him. These are just a few signs a woman might show if she's interested. But remember, every woman is different. However, misinterpretation of these signs can lead to confusion and missed opportunities. Now let's delve into how men can often misinterpret these signs, creating a web of misunderstandings that can complicate relationships. Consider, for instance, John. He's at a party and he's been exchanging glances with Sarah, a woman he's just met. Sarah's laughter at his jokes, her frequent eye contact, and the way she lightly touches his arm during their conversation all make John believe that she's interested in him. But the reality, Sarah is just a naturally outgoing person who enjoys good humor and friendly conversation. John's misinterpretation of Sarah's behavior leads to an awkward situation when he asks her out, and she politely declines. Then there's Mike. He's been friends with Lisa for years. Lisa often confides in him, values his opinion, and they spend a lot of time together. Mike starts to believe that Lisa's deep friendship is a sign of romantic interest. He finally confesses his feelings, only to find out that Lisa views him as a brother. Mike's misinterpretation of Lisa's signs of friendship as signs of romantic interest causes a strain in their relationship, leading to an uncomfortable distance between them. These are just a couple of scenarios that highlight how misinterpreting signs can lead to embarrassing situations and even damage potential or existing relationships. It's important to remember that not every sign of friendliness or intimacy necessarily translates to romantic interest. It's crucial to consider the context, the person's natural behavior, and other factors before jumping to conclusions. At the end of the day, the key is in understanding that people are unique and they express interest in different ways. What might be a sign of romantic interest for one person could simply be a sign of friendship for another. Therefore, the ability to accurately interpret these signs doesn't just reduce awkward situations, but it also opens up opportunities for genuine connections. Misinterpretation can lead to missed opportunities, but correct interpretation can open the door to meaningful relationships. Hence, understanding and interpreting these signs correctly is crucial. Now that we know the signs, how should we respond to them? This, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road. It's the moment where we step up, take a deep breath, and engage. So how do we respond? First and foremost, we reciprocate interest. If a woman is giving you the signs, it's vital to mirror her actions subtly. This doesn't mean mimicking her every move, but rather showing her that you're equally interested. For instance, if she's leaning in while talking to you, lean in too. If she's sharing personal stories about her life, don't shy away from sharing yours. Engaging in conversation is another effective response. A good conversation is like a tennis match, back and forth, each participant contributing to the overall rhythm. So if she's opening up, do the same. Ask questions that delve deeper into her thoughts and experiences. This shows that you're not just interested in her, but also in what she has to say. Expressing feelings is perhaps the most challenging response. It requires vulnerability and bravery. But remember, a relationship is a two-way street. If she's been dropping hints that she's interested, it's time for you to step up and express your feelings too. You might say something like, "I really enjoy spending time with you, and I think we have a unique connection." Let's consider a real-life case study to illustrate these responses. John noticed that Sarah, a colleague, was showing signs of interest. Instead of ignoring the signs, he reciprocated her interest, engaged in deep conversations with her, and eventually expressed his feelings. Today, they are happily dating. Responding to signs is a delicate dance. It's about balance, courage, and authenticity. It's not about playing games or trying to be someone you're not. It's about being genuine, showing interest, and taking the risk to express your feelings. So, the next time you notice the signs, don't just sit on the sidelines. Step up, engage, and express your feelings. You never know, your story could be the next successful case study. Remember, a proper response can turn a potential relationship into a reality. So we've explored the signs a woman might show when she's interested in you and how to respond to them. But what's the takeaway here? The key takeaway is this: understanding the subtle signs of interest from a woman is a critical part of fostering a romantic relationship. It's a nuanced art, a delicate dance of sorts, and it requires careful observation and interpretation. We've discussed that these signs can range from the more obvious cues, like engaging in deep and meaningful conversations with you, to the less overt ones, like her body language and the way she reacts to your presence. Remember, 99% of guys might miss these signs, but you won't. Not anymore. Misinterpretation, as we've seen, can lead to missed opportunities and potential misunderstandings. It's important to tread carefully, to take a step back and analyze the situation. Is she leaning in closer when you speak? Does her laughter seem genuine? Are her questions and comments directed towards getting to know you better? These are all subtle signs of interest. However, it's equally important to understand how to respond to these signs. A respectful, genuine, and considered approach is always the best way forward. Show interest, engage in meaningful discussions, and most importantly, be yourself. Authenticity goes a long way in forging strong, lasting relationships. In the intricate dance of romantic relationships, understanding these subtle signs is your compass, your guide to navigating the complexities of human emotion and connection. It's not just about knowing if she's into you, it's about understanding how to respond, how to build a connection, and how to sustain a meaningful relationship. Remember, everyone is unique, and so are their ways of expressing interest. While these signs are common, they're not exhaustive. Keep an open mind, stay observant, and allow the relationship to unfold naturally. In the intricate dance of romantic relationships, understanding these subtle signs can lead you to the partner you've been searching for. So keep your eyes open and you might just find the love you've been looking for.